Hello everyone, welcome to the video on POSB Reconciliation. This is the second video. Due to the low volume issues observed in the first video, I am doing this video again. My name is Sandeep, ex-SBCO official, presently working as PA at Hyderabad GPO. Now in this video, we shall again see a step-by-step thorough process on how to prepare the data from Sanchay Post and DMCC files to carry out the reconciliation process. This is going to be a long video and please watch the video completely to understand the procedure. I recommend you to increase the speed of the video by using the 1.5x button. So the prerequisites to prepare the data are the DMCC files. These DMCC files are sent by the DMCC Chennai itself as and when an office is migrated to Finacle. These files will have the live accounts file, Sanchay Finacle mapping file and T-Recon report. This is the final report. And we also require the Sanchay Post database backup. We also need a few softwares for POSB reconciliation, and they are Microsoft Office, can be 2007 or any other higher versions. We need PDF Technologies PDF password remover tool and Nitro PDF Pro version. I'm using the Pro version 8 version 8. Now all these softwares that I mentioned here are standalone softwares, and meaning which they don't require internet to work with their functionality. You can see I have the internet disabled here and I don't have access to internet through any other devices. Now the DMCC files which I was talking about are these two files, and they have the information about the old account number and new account number in this Sanchay Post Finacle mapping, and the old account number with a balance that is migrated to Finacle, which we can say as the Finacle opening balance of a particular account in this file, in live accounts file. And we have T-Recon report as well, which we will talk about later in this video. Before proceeding, I am assuming that the SQL server is installed on a separate computer, not on the big CPU box, which is actual server. We need to have another server which we can say as a dummy server. So this Sanchay Post data backup has to be restored on this SQL server, and Sanchay Post software is also to be installed and should be ready for use. I am assuming that these user ID and passwords are working fine for you, therefore I am not covering that part in this video. For those who are having trouble with the user ID and password for Sanchay Post, G. Jagadish, ex-SBCO, now PA of Hyderabad GPO, has tweaked the BPRO.bak file for SBCO module and has given a new user ID with password to use for everyone. This BPRO.bak we can share you by email if you need it. Now coming back to the topic, the two PDFs of DMCC are password protected. So I can show you right away. See, this document is restricted and has limited access for to some features. So if in Nitro PDF Pro we have this convert to Excel directly. So if I click on convert, it will ask me for the password. So I don't have a password. So for that we are using this PDF password remover tool, which I have already installed, and I have pinned it to my taskbar. So I'm currently now opening the PDF here. I'm doing this exercise or demo for the Langar House sub office, which is under Hyderabad GPO. Now I'm quickly selecting this live accounts PDF file, and the output of this file will be unlocked and will be saved in the same source folder, that is the folder from which we have selected this file, and will be saved with a copy name at the end of the file name. So I'm clicking on convert now here, and again this tool doesn't require internet for its functionality. You can see the output of this file is unlocked and has been opened directly. Now, and the conversion may take a few moments depending on the speed of your processor, computer processor. So here you can see I'm using Nitro Pro 8 version, and it has several advantages over other PDF applications or softwares that are available. One of them is to convert the files to MS Office or MS Excel, here in this case study. So I'm simply clicking on this convert to Excel. Here you can see I have 599 pages in this file, 599 pages. So if you are doing reconciliation for a head post office, then if you have more than 1000 or 2000 pages in this PDF, then you need to click on this choose pages button, and you need to give the ranges, uh, for example 1 to 700, and next time again 701 to 1400, and so on. For each range of pages you give, a single Excel sheet file will be generated, and then you need to combine all the Excel files into a single Excel sheet. So here in my case I have only 599 pages in this PDF, so therefore I am cancelling this process. I don't give any range here, and I can directly click on convert, and the output will be saved into a single Excel sheet in the same folder. Once the conversion is done, this process may actually take a few moments, like depending on the speed of your computer processor. The output will be generated into a nice single Excel sheet and in the same folder from where we have uploaded the source document. It may take some time here due to volume of pages that we have given for conversion, and also the speed of the processor. Once the conversion is done, the Excel file will be opened automatically. Please do not use internet to unlock the PDF files, because all this data is sensitive. The process is taking a little bit longer. Now once this is done, the Excel file will open automatically. We have pages from the PDF that are converted into a single Excel sheet. You can see here only page one page, and all the pages are separated by these headers from PDF. So for now we shall keep this aside. I'm closing it now, and let us convert the Sanchay Post Finacle mapping file also into let's first unlock it and convert it into Excel. I'm clicking convert, and once the PDF is unlocked, as I've said earlier, it will be opened directly, and we need to click on convert to Excel. And here I have only 299 pages, so I'm clicking on convert button here. I am keeping the video running. I'm not pausing it at any moment. Yeah, once the conversion is done, the Excel file will be opened automatically. I'm using MS Office 2021 on my computer, and therefore the user interface is bit different from yours, but the procedure I show is same in all versions of MS Office. So I don't require this now, and you can see the output is it's generated into a single Excel sheet. And let us close this for now. Closing this PDF also, and we don't require this password recovery now. Now let us minimize this. Go to the desktop. Not only doing this reconciliation, but also it is important to arrange the data properly. So I'm going to quickly create a new folder. I'm naming this as POSB Reconciliation. And I will have all the reconciliation done in the same folder on the desktop. You can keep it on desktop or any other local disks that are available on your computer. And I'm going to create another new folder here. I'm giving the name of the office that I am doing reconciliation for. And again inside this office, and again I'm creating 3 more new folders, renaming each folder as shown in the video. One will be DMCC files, the other folder will be Sanchay files, the last one will be where the reconciliation process will be happening, so I will rename it as reconciliation or recon. Now inside these DMCC files we can bring the files that we have converted into Excel into this folder. So these two are the Excel files that we have converted to Excel. So I'll copy them from there and I'll paste it here. Now our DMCC files are ready. We now require Sanchay Post files. For that, I'm opening the Sanchay Post SBCO module. A word of caution here, please do not use DB Analyzer tool or last balance tool, and also do not take the data directly from the SQL tables as suggested by your system administrator or anyone else to fetch the data from Sanchay server. You can also use online transactions if you have only post data database restored on your computer for sub offices or HO. So the tools which I have mentioned just now, like DB Analyzer or last balance, do not fetch the complete data, complete list of accounts. So follow the process that I am showing now. For this Sanchay Post to connect, you need to have the active internet, or it should be connected to the network. So I'm quickly enabling my Ethernet. And again, for someone having trouble finding the username and passwords, Jagdish of XSBCO, now PA of Hyderabad GPO, has tweaked the bpro.bak file with new user and password. It can be shared to anyone who need it. Once you enter the Sanchay Post, click on SB menu at the top. If you are generating reports for your head post office, then you need to click on yes. Otherwise, for sub post offices, you need to select no, and press the F1 function key on your keyboard. As I am doing it for Langar House, I am selecting Langar House sub office. A tip here, use keyboard instead of mouse in Sanjay Post. Now in this window, click on reports button. Now for all categories, you need to generate the last balance report as well as the list of balances report. First I will generate the last balance report from here. You need to click on the last balance radio button and hit the enter on keyboard. It will ask the date. The date is the date up to which the report need to be generated. Usually this date has to be the date of migration. So you can find the date of migration from the DMCC files itself. So the live accounts file will show you the date, the numbers or digits that you see at the end of this file are nothing but the date of migration. Here in my case it is 19/1/2016, and you need the account number range. This list can be obtained from the online transactions for HO and for SOSB, from SOSB package for sub offices. So I have these already with me, so let me show you quickly. Yes, for Langerhaus the range of see, all the block numbers are provided from the SOSB and uh, online transactions modules. So the range of account numbers for SB category of Langerhaus 510001. So again, this may take a while to generate the report depending on the volume of data that is present in the Office database. Once the report is generated, you can click on close button and minimize the Sanjay post. You can exit here. Minimize the Sanjay post. I don't require this now. So the output of the report that we have just generated from Sanjay will be shown in the SP5 folder. This SP5 may be located or may be present in the local disk C or D or in any other directory that you have given while installing the Sanjay post. Here in my case the folder is in SP5 folder is in the D drive. So open the SP5 folder now. We have used the SBCO module to generate the last balance report, and if you have used the online transactions, the output of the file will be present in the OT directory or OT folder. In my case it is SBCO. I have generated reports from the SBCO module, so the report, the file will be present in the SBCO folder. So here you can see the SB file. This file is DAT type file. So usually you can open this DAT file in Notepad, open with and select Notepad. So you can see all the list of accounts or the last balance report that is generated is for Langerhaus for the account number range that we have given as on the date of migration, that is 19/1/2016. I have a total of 4,166 accounts as per the last balance report. I have closed it, and let me save this to the location where we have created the Sanjay files folder. I'll rename this to SB last balance report LBR. Okay, So now let us go back to the Sanchay post once again to generate the list of accounts or list of balances report. So click on SB again and select the same office for which we are doing the reconciliation. Click on reports button. Click on the list of balances radio button and enter from two dates here. We don't have the account number ranges in the list of balances. All that we have is the date range and the amount range. For example, I give the range from 1/1/1920 because I don't know from where the accounts are present in this office, and the to date will always be the date of migration itself. And here the amount range I give it as -1 and zeros to 1 and zeros, and click on enter. This also takes a few moments. Yeah, the report is generated now, and you can see there are accounts from this list of balances. So you can close this now, exit from here and close this, close and exit. We don't require Sanchay post now, so I have closed it. So go back to the sp5 folder, and again now the sb.dat we have earlier is generated freshly for the list of balances report, list of SB accounts for balance from this range of Langer House for the dates we have, for the date range we have given. So you can see there are 4412 accounts. So let us copy this DAT file from here and paste it in our Sanchay files folder. I'll rename it as the list of balances. Now in the same folder, the Sanchay files folder, let me create a new Excel worksheet. I'll rename it as SB, and we need to merge these two data files into this Excel. So for that, let me open the Excel file, and let me copy the last balance report data. I'm using Control A to select all the data. I'm using Control C to copy, or you can use your mouse pointer to copy. I'll paste this into the sheet 1 of our newly created SB Excel worksheet. Now I'll add two new Excel sheets here. In sheet 2, let me copy the list of balances report. I'm using Control A to select all the data. I'm using Control C to copy, or you can use your mouse pointer to copy, and you can paste it here. Now we have the last balance report data as well as the list of balances data of SB. Now this data is unstructured data, which means the data is present in a single cell for each row. So we need to convert this into individual or separate columns. So for that, click on the column A, observe my mouse pointer, click on column A or select the column A, observe the mouse pointer here, and go to the data tab on your Excel. Click on data, and you can find the text to columns icon. Here the icon may appear different than that on your desktop because of the MS Office version that I'm using. So click on text to columns, and do not change this radio button, let it be as fixed width, and click on next, and slightly move the first pointer towards your right by 1 point, and click on finish. All the data now will be separated into different columns. Now I don't require these two data dates, that is actual date and last entry date. I am quickly deleting this. Please observe the mouse pointer. I'm selecting the columns C and D and clicking on the right button and deleting it. I don't require the name address also as well, so I'm deleting this column. Let us do the same for the list of balances. Click on column A, change text to columns, click next, move the pointer slightly towards the right and click finish. Now I don't require this date of last transaction. I'm quickly deleting this column. Now we have account number and last balances in both the sheets. So simply select the account number and last balance. Use the mouse pointer to select the two cells and press on shift control and down arrow to select the entire range. Copy this from here and paste it into the sheet 3 blank Excel sheet. So go to the bottom of the list. I have used control and down arrow to jump to the bottom of the list. So now go to the LOB list of balances sheet. So do the same thing. Select the two cells and press shift control and down arrow to select the entire range and paste it here. Now we have same data from two sheets, so there might be a possibility that there are duplicate account numbers in this sheet. So for that, let us remove the duplicates. So for that, I am again selecting the column A, going to the data tab and clicking on the remove duplicates button over here. You may be prompted with the warning dialog box. Please do not change anything and click on remove duplicates. So my data doesn't have headers, so uncheck this if it gets checked already or by default. So I have duplicates from column A, so I have unchecked column B and I'm clicking on OK now. So you can see that only 4412 values are unique and other 4166 accounts are found to be duplicate and those are removed. So let me sort it from the smallest to largest. I'm clicking on A to Z here and expanding the selection sort. Now all the data is ready. All the Sanchay Post data is ready now. Let me save this file and close. I don't require this text. Now since we have both our DMCC, that is the Finacle OB data, and Sanchay files data, that is Finacle closing balance data, ready, let us go to the reconciliation part here. Now I'll create a new Excel worksheet. I'll rename it as SB Recon. I'll add the name of the office at the front and I'll open this new Excel worksheet. Let me create 3 or 4 worksheets. First we'll have our DMCC data, that is the Finacle OB, opening balance of Finacle from the DMCC live accounts file. Sanchay closing balance from the Sanchay post, and we will have the Sanchay post Finacle mapping data in this sheet, and we will have the reconciliation part done in the sheet 4. So first let me save this file. Let us have the copy of data from the Sanchay post live accounts file from here. So for this, select the entire data and click. You have the data merged in every cell, every header cell. So for that, you just simply click on the entire data or use the Control A and click merge and center to unmerge the cells. So now let us apply filter. Click on the filter option or the button you can see on your home tab itself. On the home tab, you will have the filter button from this icon. So now let us apply filter only to the SB category. So since I am dealing with only SB here, and one thing you need to be cautious here is if you have the SDS under this list, under this drop down, if you find SDS, you need to select that as well. SDS means savings discontinued scheme. it will those accounts are also migrated under SB, or you can see them under SB in Sanchay Post also. So I don't have STS under this Langer house, so I'm simply clicking on this. I'm selecting this SB and clicking on OK. All the data will be other data which is other than SB will be filtered out. So I have only account number and last balances relating to this SB scheme. So I'll just simply copy the scheme serial number, account number and last balance from here. And a word of caution again here is this data will always have, for some reason, duplicate values. You can see the range of account or the serial number of the scheme ends at this 4173, and again the data is copied, again the data of SB is duplicated from the bottom. So let me do one thing. I'll select the entire data from here. I'll copy this and go to a new sheet. I'll paste it here, and I'll remove duplicates from the account numbers. I've selected column B and going to data tab, clicking on the remove duplicates. I'll expand this selection and click the remove duplicates button. I have duplicate values only in column B, and I don't have headers to this data. Headers means heading, so I don't have headers, so I'm clicking on OK. So I have completely 4173 accounts that are migrated to Finacle. So I'll click it here OK, and select this data, only the account number and balance from here. I'm copying this data, or you can use your mouse pointer to copy and paste it in our SB Recon sheet. I'm leaving out the first row and first column to give the account number, to give the headers on the first row and account numbers in the column. Let me add those headings quickly. Account number and balance. Let me give borders. Yes, my Finacle opening balance is ready now. I'll save this for now. We need the SP Finacle data now, that is Sanchay Post Finacle mapping data. We require it from the converted Excel sheet here. So let's go to the Sanchay Post Finacle mapping Excel file. I'll do the same process which I have done earlier. I'll select all the data. I use the Control A button to select, Control A to select all, and clicking on this merge and center to unmerge the cells which are merged in between. So I'm applying filter to the Finacle account number, to the product name also. So now the product name under, you have these drop downs. Click on the drop down and uncheck select all, and select only the schemes which start with SB. Product names that start with SB need to be checked. SB check, general, pension, SB PWC, and any other which starts with SB. So I'm clicking on OK. We require only the Sanchay Post account number and Finacle account number. So I have selected both these cells I used the mouse pointer to select both the cells, and I'm using the Control Shift and down arrow to select the entire list. I'm copying the data from here and I'm pasting it in my SB Recon Excel file. So I've again left out the first row and first column to give headers and serial numbers. Old account number, new account number. Now once our data is ready, these two sheets data is from the DMCC. Now we have to get the data from to the of the Sanchay post into this Excel sheet. So the data which we have kept it ready in Sanchay files, we need to get it here. So open the Sanchay files folder, inside which we have the SB data from Sanchay post server. So the data is already present in our sheet 3. We'll copy this entire data and paste it in the Sanchay CB sheet. So let me give serial number, old number, last balance of Finacle, and serial numbers. Let me add borders. Now all the data is ready in this Excel worksheet. Now we want the process to be done in the recon sheet. For that, let me first give the headings in this sheet. We need first the account number, serial number. We'll have the header here, serial number. We need the old account number from both the sheets, old account number, new account number. We need Finacle OB, Finacle opening balance, and Sanchay closing balance, and the difference of both the balances. We also need the remarks column for observations that are made by the SBCO. So all this data we need to get it from the sheets which are present in the same file. For this, first thing is to get the old account number. If you observe, we have 4173 from the DMCC data. 4173 account numbers are migrated to Finacle, whereas from the Sanchay Post database we have 4412 accounts. So we need to have the common account numbers here. So for that, what we have to do is copy the entire account number list from Finacle OB, or even you can copy the same data from SP Finacle sheet over here. I'm using Finacle OB, Fin OB sheet data. I will copy from here, and I'll have a new sheet and paste the data, paste the account numbers here. Let us jump to the bottom of this list. I'm using control and down arrow at once to jump to the bottom of this list. Let us get the account numbers, old account numbers from the Sanchay CB sheet. This data is from the Sanchay Post server. All these 4412 account numbers I'll copy from here and paste it at the bottom of this list. Now let us remove the duplicates, and we'll have the unique values. And I don't have headers in my data for this, and only column A data is present, and clicking OK. And as you can see, there are 4433 actual account numbers that are present in the Langer House sub office. So now let me quickly sort it from smallest to largest. Now my account numbers are ready. I'll copy the entire range of account numbers, entire list of account numbers from here, and I'll paste it under the old account number uh, heading here. And let me quickly give the serial numbers to the entire list. Now my data is ready. Let me Now we need to fetch the new account number from the we have new account number in the SP Finacle files sheet, right? So I don't require this sheet 5. I'm deleting it now. Yes, I'm using the VLOOKUP formula in Excel to fetch the new account number corresponding to this old account number from the SP Fin sheet. So I'm using this formula, and the corresponding new account number for this old account number will be fetched here, as well as the Finacle OB is present in the Fin OB sheet. So the balance corresponding to this account number from Fin OB sheet has to be fetched. Sorry, I have missed one parameter here, so quickly going back, use comma, otherwise the value that you give will be simply gone off. So yes, from Fin OB sheet we need to have get the balance and enter false, and the corresponding balance whatever is present as the Finacle OB will be fetched here. And we need to have the Sanchay CB closing balance here. Again we'll use the VLOOKUP and corresponding old account number. We need to specify the sheet from where, or the table from where the data has to be fetched, and use false. Let me quickly apply the formula to all the cells. Just simply bring your mouse pointer to the bottom of this cell and double click on it to apply it for all the cells. Now we have all the data ready, and let us give the difference of Finacle OB and Sanchay Post CB. And there are three observations that you need to do or you need to make from this data. Let me close this SB file and whatever files that are or folders that are opened on the background. Yes, one thing you can observe is there is n by a in new account number and Finacle OB column, and for which you get a difference of n by a, and there is also n by a in the Sanchay OB column, Sanchay CB column as well. So these things are very important to note. So there are three things to note from the POSB account-wise balances reconciliation. If there is n by a in new account number and Finacle OB columns, that is in this same similar way, which I'll show you in a minute. If this is the case, that is, if your account number and Fin OB shows n by a, and you have some number in Sanchay CB column, that means there are two possibilities. The account is live in Sanchay but not migrated to Finacle as on date of migration, and these need to be cross-checked with sanction memo copies. These memo copies you can obtain it in the format of MS Excel from your DO, and you need to observe what has been done, whether it has been closed as on today's date, or they are live. So if the account is still live, you just simply mention the account is live and not migrated to Finacle, and if the account is closed, you have to write the appropriate remarks and when the account is closed and the amount of sanction that was given by the SP or SSPs. So now another possibility is the account might have been transferred out but is not marked as transferred out in Sanchay. Ignore this. You can ignore it simply because it is not migrated to Finacle from your soul. It is not present in your Finacle. So, but you have to write your observations here. You have this difference because if this case is because the data that is migrated or that is sent to Finacle for CBS migration is the data of the sub post office, not the head post office data. Hence you might get such differences. And if there is n by a, and the second case is if there is n by a in Sanchay CB column, let me show it quickly for you. Yeah, if this is the case, that if the Sanchay CB has N by A, but you have some number in a new account number and Finacle OB, that means the account might have been closed in Sanchay Post as per your database, that is the head post office database, but it is migrated to Finacle. Since the data is as I've already said, the data that is sent to migration is of the sub post office data, and you need to enter the appropriate remarks into the remarks column here. And one more possibility is that the account might have been transferred out to other office at the time of Sanchay Post itself, but since the data is of sub post office, it has been migrated to Finacle during the CBS migration. You need to enter the appropriate remarks in this column as well. Now there is a third category, that is if you have the actual difference. For example, as you can see here, for this account you have some difference here. You need to check why this discrepancy has occurred actually, and you need to check with the ledgers of Sanchay Post, or even with the manual or long books or manual ledgers. And usually this, it might be due to the interest posting differences. Head office generates an interest statement and send it to the sub office, but they fail to enter the do the data entry for interest statements, and usually that difference might occur. And if there is such difference due to interest, you can, or any other in difference, you need to mention that into the remarks column. And this completes your account wise reconciliation. And the balance wise agreement reconciliation is a little bit different. As I've already said you, there are 4173 accounts as per the DMCC, or the as per the Finacle OB. Let me open the T-Recon file, where we have the consolidated list of accounts and an amount that is migrated to Finacle. In this file, as you can see from the SB of Langar House SO, there are 4173 accounts from Sanchay Post database that are migrated to Finacle, and as per them, as per the DMCC, there are no accounts left out while migration. But the case here is different. You can see, as per the Sanchay Post, there are 4412 accounts and 4173 accounts as per the Finacle CBS migration. And the total, you can get the total from here. Simply select the entire range and click on an auto sum, or this total will always be the total of the recon. This one, yeah, it is 2 crores 20 lakhs 44,787 in this case. And while coming to the Sanchay data, the actual balance that is present in this office is 2 crore 28 lakhs 87,232.48. So there is a difference in both these figures. You can see that this is to be reported for every scheme in a tabular format, and the number of accounts as well. The number of accounts, how many number of accounts is as per the Sanchay Post, and number of accounts as per the Finacle. Once all this exercise is done, then you need to go with your statistical registers if they are present in your office. And if they are not present in your office, DAP has provided through your emails a copy of 1 month's SR, which has your office OB and CB. You can work on that by taking the opening balance from the SR that is provided to you, and taking the deposit and withdrawal figures from the cash account, which is same, nothing but the SR deposit and withdrawal figures. And you can arrive at arrive at some closing balance. So this completes the video, and thanks for watching.